What's up, guys? Alright, so I'm gonna do a little tutorial on how to adjust valves on a TRX 250 Recon. What you want to do first is you can either take this little piece off right here, and that'll actually tell you the timing marks, and that can tell you where you need to be on top dead center of compression stroke. But what I did, I just got a very small screwdriver, put it right there at the very top of the cylinder, and I just bumped it over with the power until I saw that I felt a little compression, a little air blow out, and then it felt like it was at the top. Made sure the valves looked about like they were about closed, and they were the same thing. Then you get your filler gauge, and for this it's going to be 0.05 or 0.13 millimeters. So you want to feel like it's snug, but not really tight or really loose. So the exhaust feels a little bit tight. Feels a little catchy, but I think I'm actually going to make the intake match that one. So what you want to do is grab your 10 millimeter, get your nut, loosen it, and you want to tighten with a flathead screwdriver. Okay, so then you're going to hold still with the flathead, and you want to tighten with 10 millimeter, like so. Then you want to put it back in there just to make sure it tests, make sure it's the right size. So that feels pretty good right there. They both feel pretty snug. Feel pretty good about that, actually. So what we're going to do, we'll tighten these just a little bit more. You don't want to ever over tighten them either, but just when they feel nice and snug, that's when you're good. And then also, since I'm already here, if you're ever using a gasket and you don't want to use a new one, I was just doing the same thing I did. I actually bought this stuff, I've never used it, called copper spray. You just spray your gasket and it makes it supposedly seal up good. But I've already used this gasket 1,000 times. I just was going to use it anyway just to show y'all. But what you do is you shake for about a minute. Says put gloves on, whatever. Just spray a little bit. I think I already have some on here though, so it's pretty much okay at this point. A little dead bug on there. This is just to help seal. I mean, you can use some brand new gaskets if you want. I'm not going to want to. But also, when you're done with it, aim it and just until nothing but air comes out. That way, it doesn't stop up the nozzle. Just thought I'd show you guys that. That's pretty cool. Also, I got the motor mounts on. I got all the electrical hooked up on the four-wheeler. All that. So, I think it's time to put it all together. Now this stuff, I will admit, is probably going to be a pain in the butt to get off this copper spray once it actually seals and sets. But I'm not planning on tearing this top end down anytime soon, hopefully. I'll say something really stupid, but I'm going to try to make this last just a little bit longer. Alrighty. These are 10 millimeters, so make sure you want to line up. I don't know if you can see, but I actually have a little copper spray right there on my other gaskets. And I have an idea of what I may be thinking about doing. Kind of painting the motor, of course blocking all the holes and everything, but I thought it looked pretty cool if I did maybe something like red for the valve cover, black, then red for the cylinder right there, and then black for the whole entire motor itself. That'd look pretty cool. So I might end up doing that. I actually have my exhaust over there painting, if you can see it. So yeah, that's how you adjust the valves. Once you get that done, tighten all this down. And if you just rebuilt your motor, sit here and just run it, and that'll make sure oil gets everywhere before you start it. And all right, y'all be good.